Oh my god. Brown, 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 blah, 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 blah. Cool flamenco guitar riff there. Okay, so this should be pretty straightforward what we're doing today. We are going to check out the new physics. The microphone sounds weird right now. It's because it's in a weird spot. I'll fix that very shortly. Okay. Let's just get straight to it. So I've driven Caterham a lot, actually. I just tried those 3 cars. I wanted to see how the old sort of track toy cars drove on the new physics. And before I thought that they were really floaty and sucked to drive. Now I think they're much better. I think they're a lot better. They're the only cars I've driven in the update so far. Everything else has been painting. Okay, what I want to do before anything else is put the mono on hards, because the mono comes on mediums. Let's see how it drives then. So what I've noticed so far is, hang on 1 second. Sometimes my headset just doesn't work. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it just mutes one of the, one of the sides. But usually I think this car drives very floaty and very poorly. And the trend that I'm seeing with this update is there seems to be a lot more grip at the front. Really mashing on the brakes seems to make the car understeer. Cars overall are more prone to understeer. But trail braking and weight transfer seem to be much bigger factors. There seems to be a lot more body roll and a lot more emphasis on suspension putting load into the tires, which on surface level seems more realistic. So, the car is still pretty slippery, which was a trend before this patch, but the front wheels seem to have a little bit more compliance than before. Car steps out a lot still, but it seems like it listens sooner and listens more whenever I counter steer. But on turn in, it still feels kind of dead, really understeer. Even when I do trail brake, there's a lot of understeer, and it's a really sudden snap going from understeer to oversteer on turn in. This car doesn't do it very good because it's a very high downforce car. The Crossbow, the Radical, and this are all somewhat high downforce. I think the problem before, what I always blamed it on, was the car is so light that there's no load in the tire. I don't really feel like that's, well, that was terrible. I don't really feel like that's an issue anymore. feels like it's more reliant on the grip of the tire rather than the mass of the car or the weight of the car. When it comes to tire grip, it seems like there's a lot more in terms of lateral acceleration. It feels like it grips up and goes a lot sooner than it did before. You really have to be very precise with the trail braking to get out of that sort of understeer that occurs on the entry. That's so much more compliant than it used to be when it came to letting the slip angle take care of things. And like I said, I thought before that all the track toy cars, all the super lights felt really floaty, really understeery, didn't have enough grip under acceleration. Really, the only thing I thought they were good at was braking. And now they feel like how I imagine they should. A lot more reactive overall, a lot stickier, more willing to change direction, but they still struggle with the load in the tire a little bit, which makes sense. But the Crossbow, the SR3, and the Mono do have a lot of aero going on. So I think that feeling shouldn't be as present in these cars as it is in the new Caterham. I'm going to drive the Caterham after this lap. But from not really liking all those cars, from liking those cars quite a bit, first sort of spin there, we'll just call it there. And look at that, I actually want to see how much angle that was before I dropped it. Because it seems like there's a lot going on overall. That's pretty sideways. Let's look at turn 2. It was getting pretty sideways at the exit of turn 2. That's a bad lap. Maybe this lap's a little bit clearer there. Yeah, that's a lot of slip angle there. Yeah, that's using a lot more slip angle than it used to be. Usually when you get that far, it just sort of gets stuck in that slide and it'll never come out. Or it overcorrects. You know, it did all sorts of things that I just feel like it really shouldn't have. The Mono comes on mediums, which is why there's 2 times. I just drove it on hards. And it feels a lot better. I didn't do any testing before the update, before the patch. I don't really have any reference points. But from my memory, like I've driven the car fairly recently, not here, but a stock Mono I've driven recently, and there was just no grip under acceleration. You know, you were spinning your wheels all the way up until 4th gear on hards, and I think even on mediums. And now that's just not the case. You know, it'll kick out if you're steering and you're trying to use the slip angle on the exit of a corner. It'll still slip out there. But in terms of accelerating in a straight line, it seems to grip up a lot sooner. In fact, let's see about when it grips up in a straight line. So we're already flat in 3rd gear on hards, which wouldn't have been a thing on the old patch. I can tell you right now, the car would have been all over the place. And if we just sort of build the revs and then floor it. Gripping 3rd on hards, pretty much. You could obviously launch a lot more careful than I did. So, it would seem like from these cars I'm testing, there's more load in the tire. I don't know if there's more grip in the tire. I have to drive more cars to figure that out. But in terms of my main complaint of the old cars, which was the load, feels like there's more of that. Caterham, I've driven a lot, and it's quite different. Because, like I said, the other cars have downforce. Caterham is essentially a late 50s Lotus with the 260 horsepower Ford engine in it, and maybe some canards on the front. And that's it. So this car has a lot less downforce. I can kind of identify that immediately because there's a lot more slipping going on. But it still feels like there's a lot of allowance, like there's a big window for you to slide the car. Because I'm being distracted right now. That's a lot of slipping. A lot more than you'd usually get. I've played with a lot of low downforce, low grip cars that you'd think would like a lot of slip. And they just don't drive very good. So I'm wondering if cars like that drive better in this patch. Slides in general are a lot easier to hold. Maybe we should try some drifting as well. This car doesn't really feel floaty like I would expect. Maybe a little bit. When it starts to understeer, it feels a little bit less connected than the other cars. And the counter steering is a little bit slower to react. Driving a little bit sloppy. But it's very nimble. It's definitely... If this car were on the old patch, it would definitely drive like total garbage. While I don't necessarily think right now it drives fantastic, it does drive pretty good considering what it is. Aerodynamically and how much load the weight of the car permits for the tires. Feels pretty good. But I worry there's an over-reliance on using the slip angle, which just seems really big, if I'm being totally honest. There's too much. The old patch definitely didn't have enough, definitely needed more, but I think this is a few steps too far. This car is definitely the least consistent. And it feels pretty disconnected at the front. The back, the lack of grip at the back seems to be pretty much all aero stuff. Like the lack of grip is very consistent whether or not there's load in the tires and you're accelerating or going over a crest or whatever. That all seems more reasonable than it used to be. I'm not driving very good, I'm sorry. A lot of distractions right now. I want to test the launch in this car. Nice, easy launch. That was a pretty slow launch. Probably could have given it a few more beans. It's got a lot of grip on the launch. When there's not a lot of air flowing over the car. So I'd say the lightweight cars feel a lot better. The less weight you have, the less load you can put on the tires. The tires are more skittish. The car reacts better because they don't have as much mass. But in terms of the actual tire grip, how much you're using, it's pretty limited. It makes sense for this car to have less than the other ones. Looked around. There are ways to put downforce on this car, although it's only 100 pounds on each end. I think it'll make a really big difference. Like I'm turning in quite a lot and just encouraging the slide. Whereas as soon as it steps out, I should be straightening the wheel. That's not what's happening. I'm sort of continuing to turn into the slide and still coming out okay. I don't think that's correct. I shouldn't be snapping with counter steer or anything, but I should definitely be getting closer to neutral. That's why we're going to do an iRacing. No, there's enough grip on the dirt to not do an iRacing in this game. Okay. Well, those are the cars that I don't like, feeling pretty good. I feel like I did a faster lap than that before. I know I did faster lap than that before. The one that I got rid of where I said it was a bad lap was like a 23 or something. So apparently I got 6 seconds slower. Whatever. I want to try some other cars that I don't like. So we're going to head straight to BMW. Hopefully I have one. That's not super modified. This M4 I think is stock. Try a modified one later. This M4. Wonder how I feel about this now. This is a big, heavy car. First time driving a big, heavy car in the entire update. I've only driven the lightweight so far. Gonna take some getting used to. You can tell I'm not doing so good. Very sloppy inputs. Trying to think. I don't have enough experience with M4s to really. Okay, there you go. That was a spin. The grip's not infinite or anything. You can't catch every slide. Where is that one? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be driving the car over the limit a lot for this test. So expect a few more of that. Let's try and induce some understeer, shall we? Let's see how the car reacts to that first. Straightening the wheel. Yeah, okay. There's definitely very different sense of oversteer, and I think the force feedback is communicating it. I don't know if it's better. Understeer seems to happen a lot sooner in terms of wheel angle. That'll still spin the car. I feel like I was doing this and I did this, it would spin the car in the old patch. Maybe I'm wrong. Looks like that would definitely encourage some more oversteer than understeer in the old patch, at least from my memory. Another thing I want to try is like low speed grip. So if I'm going really slow and I crank the wheel, so like a G-force test, maybe we should go to the streets of Willow to test this. Seems to have a lot more grip on the power these days than sports hards. Let's try another launch as soon as we get out of here. See if we can get kind of a slide going. It's hesitant to slide. Except for on the exits. At least this car is. Grips up in second. I gotta keep driving this thing. I gotta keep learning a little bit. It was a pretty big slide. I don't know if a stock BMW is a thing to test. I think it might be better if I try and modify it. Put my head down and drive a few laps and see what I think. Probably not going to be too good. I hope you can hear me. I didn't really test that part. It's really easy to get wheel spin and just slide the car. Let's try one of these modified BMWs. I'm sorry, US. It's talking about the track, not the car. It's a little bit strange placement, having confused for a second. I want to do the E30, this guy right here. I want to make sure that what the hell? I noticed that they changed the damping ratio expansion limit so that they're higher. I also noticed that they changed the differential so that it goes higher. I'm going to try an old set. That's definitely got to stay where it is. This has got to go up. This has got to go away. This has got to go down. The rest can stay how it is. Switch shift knobs. Shift modes. Sure it's mode this time instead of blowing up my shifter, having it halfway into the sequential mode. It's a manual mode. Okay, let's see. How long before I crash the car? Sidetracked here. So clutch. I'm gonna try some higher gear and lower speed. Okay. I want to look at something. Because my clutch dead zone is set to 0.5. Yeah. And despite being sent at 0.5, the car didn't react to the clutch until it was really deep to the pedal. Now it's, I would say instant is when the clutch starts to slip. It starts to do its thing, you know. That is me resting my foot on the pedal essentially. And it's slipping the clutch. Whereas before I'd have to go to about here before it did anything, and that's pretty much acting like it's damn near all the way in. So the clutch feels a bit different. About damn car won't stay on. It's one of them, is it? There we go. It won't stay on. So how long? I guess we'll let it roll a little bit. Just see if it stalls when I do this. Well, it turned off for a second. No, it's back off. Okay, now it's on. Handbrake. Handbrake off. Can we try this on the uphill? I feel like a slight decline is hurting us a little bit. Backwards and just a little bit of clutch out. Ooh. Let's I could let out a lot more clutch before it stalled before. Okay. Okay. This is almost too tough. No shot, bro. Off. There we go. Oh, that time it wanted to go. Okay. I'm just playing around right now, but I'm kind of curious what the hard limit is. So for the people who do use manual left clutch, the clutch behaves differently now. Still can't flat foot shift though. In some cars you can, but not in all of them. Now let's go back to driving the car. When does the grip run out? It's not the right one. That's when you get onto the stand. I guess that's not super fair. Sure is a lot bumpier out there than I remember. I've explored the dirt before this springs quite a lot. He's got so much more turning on. I was thinking I would run sports hard for like 2 days. Racing soft with downforce feels crazy. Like a goddamn Formula 1 car. You keep turning off, car. Come on. Keep clipping. I don't want to clip. I want to stay on the brown, not the brown, the gray part. Brown part's where I want to stay off of. This is really different. I want to drive a heavy car before I make this conclusion. I'm thinking I think the tires just straight up have more grip. This is kind of crazy. The tires have more grip, and cars overall seem to be a lot more understeer unless you're trail braking properly, putting all the weight on the front. Don't know how realistic that is. Let's jump it just for fun. Or switch cars. That's a pretty bad one, but I've seen better, I've seen worse. Let's take a look at... Let's try something really super duper fast. Where's the Bugatti Chiron? Changed my mind, we're driving the GAC. We're gonna put the GAC on some crazy shit. We're gonna drive that. We're gonna see what happens. Don't have a lot of experience in the GAC, but I have some. And if it has even an ounce of grip, it's easy to drive. I'm going to be shocked. And I'll have reached my conclusion. I have no idea if this is a good starting point for tunes anymore. It might not be anymore. was my starting point for a very long time, though. A lot of rear downforce on. Okay, now I remember. This car's understeered as shit and doesn't brake. I remember how this thing drives now. It was like garbage. Now, it's going to be a really freaking fast pile of garbage. Let's move some gears. Feel like we're going to be going faster than 300 kilometers an hour, but we'll see. We have however many horsepowers it is. A shitload. 14. Okay. 3,600 pounds. So this car, which maybe not the best example, but it's kind of understood, but we'll see. Oh boy. Let's try that bad boy again. Slow it right down. Oh, there's nothing there. Nothing. Oh my goodness. There's nothing up there, and we just got so much grip at the back right now. We gotta look at this. Hold on. And look. Okay, I've pretty much reached my conclusion that there's just a shitload of grip now. But then that begs the question, why is everything... Not everything. Why are some of the cars more oversteer? I really didn't have to drive that thing for very long to come to that conclusion. Why are some of these cars so understeery? Here's this thing. I'm trying to think which one I hate the most. I really hate this one. I hate this one. So this one, if it drives good, what in the hell? What the hell is this? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is not normal. That was insane. Also, the grip. These are racing parts. Okay, I want you to listen closely to the revs when I upshift. It's kind of... What the fuck is going on? There's so much grip at the back, this car doesn't even feel like it's possible to spin. Okay, when I go up to fourth, listen very closely to the revs. It judders like crazy, and then fifth gear, so much worse. What about sixth? Oh my god. What the fuck is going on? Wow. this about it? It's like it's porpoising or something. I don't think it is. I'm definitely losing speed because of it. Where's my controller? I need to see how this looks from the side of the car. Ah, there it is. You can hear it in the replay. Doesn't really look like it's hopping, does it? It's hard to tell. If it's hard to tell, then it probably isn't hopping. Maybe a little bit of hopping going on. A little bit of hopping going on. Let's go somewhere a bit flatter. I don't think I need the wheel for this experiment. It would be crazy without that wheel. Okay, well, if that's the case, must be something wrong with either setup, which would be kind of weird because I don't really know what in the setup would encourage that, or the physics, which would also be kind of weird because I've always seen that messed up. What the hell is this? Oh my god. Okay, it's definitely hopping when you come off the throttle and do that. It doesn't make any sense. The rails look so flat. Okay, hold on. Loads of grip. It's crazy. It's an insane amount of grip. Okay, it does bounce. It does bounce. I don't know why. Why would it? Why would it bounce, and what can I do to stop it from bouncing? I have an idea. A little theory, if you will. I'm going to try a manual gearbox, and if that solves my problem, I will know what the problem is. Because it sounds like the sequential popping the clutch in and out for no reason. That's what it sounds like. It's making the car hop. So if I put a manual in, I drive with the clutch, and it stops doing that, it's got to be the problem. Well, I highly doubt it's the setup. I don't understand what it would be in the setup to make it do that. If it is, it should be happening to every car, which I don't think it is. I'll have to try more cars if it is. So if this issue persists, perfectly fine with a manual gearbox. Deceleration as well. I think I've just made a really big discovery. The clutch on the sequential gearboxes is broken right now. I wonder if it's all of them or just some cars. No fluctuating in the revs, no bouncing. Nothing, just goes into gear, revs perfectly normal. It's definitely not the setup, it's definitely the gearbox doing that. That's a problem with the clutch specifically, I reckon. Don't know why, but that is definitely the problem. Car also revs slow as balls. Okay. Interesting. Let's try some more sequential cars. Or better yet, let's try some manual cars. Let's see if it happens in any manual cars. I don't know why it would. I feel like it's pretty cut and dry evidence there. Manuel car. This thing's a manual. Happening here too. Okay, hold on a minute. We might not be on this one. Glad I tested this. Oh yeah. It is definitely not. If it's doing it with this on the manual, I don't think that's the problem. Then why wasn't it doing it on the BMW? I don't understand. It gets bad too. Oh my goodness. I'm not doing anything. My feet are in the air. Feet are nowhere near the pedals right now. Wow. This is crazy. What the fuck is going on here? What would be doing that other than the engine? Is it anti-lag? Is anti-lag doing something? If I turn anti-lag off, does it fix the problem? I don't understand how that could be related to suspension at all. Anti-lag off. Let's see now. Looks like it's still doing it. Yep, it's still doing it. If I come off the throttle, yeah, it's still doing it. Okay, well, my opinion right now is pretty poor. So what is going on here? What is this? Pissing the wheel off. And if I get back on the throttle, if I brake, it keeps doing it. What? The fuck? Okay. I don't understand. It does it in this car, which is a manual. It does it in the BMW with the sequential gearbox. But if you put a manual gearbox in the BMW, it stops doing it. My next test will be BMW sequential gearbox lifting to shift anyways. Let's see if that doesn't. That does seem to do something. That does seem to help. Just straight up not doing it anymore. It's just not doing it anymore. It's just not doing it anymore. Do it anymore. What the fuck is going on? What? Did I change something else? I don't think I changed anything. It just doesn't fucking do it anymore. What the? Oh my god. Oh my god, they fucked it again. Oh, what? What the fuck is going on, man? What in the hell? Holy hell. Oh my god. Clutch in. What happens? Clutch out. Clutch in. Clutch out. Clutch in. Clutch out. It's gotta be something with the fucking powertrain somewhere or another. It's gotta be a problem with the powertrain. What did they change in the powertrain? Why would it be suspension? Doesn't make any sense. It behaves perfectly normal up until a certain point. Engaging the clutch stops it from doing it. Why would engaging the clutch stop the bouncing? If the bouncing is not related to the powertrain. That doesn't make any sense. It's gotta be something with the powertrain. Okay, don't worry about that. That time I just stalled because first gear is apparently super fucking long. First gear is pretty long, actually. What the fuck is going on? Okay. What was the earth? Okay, I was going to test lifting. Nope, still doesn't. What in the fuck? Neutral? Don't see why it would be any different from the clutch. It's not. What happens if for some reason I put a racing gearbox in this car? Why did it stop doing it on the BMW though? That's what's really freaking me out. It was doing it before, I switched to manual, stopped doing it, switched back to sequential, stopped doing it. You just need to swap in the other gearbox and it'll fix your car? Like, what? What's that about? Racing gearbox. Put this bad boy back on special stage route X so I can test this bad boy. If it doesn't do it, I'm going to be puzzled. If I go back to the manual and it still doesn't do it, I'm going to be even more puzzled. No shot. Okay, wait, I have a little bit of a theory. If I go back to the manual, I have a small theory. Really small theory. Let's see if my theory is correct. Should be totally normal on the manual. Seems perfectly fine. Here is my final test. I think I finally pinpointed what's wrong. I think it's the way I tune my gears. I really think that might be it. So if I go in here and put it back to what it was, which is probably something like this. Probably not exact, but we'll see. If it does it after this, I think I know what the problem is. Let's see if it does it. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You gotta be fucking kidding me. My jaw is on the floor. I gotta keep trying cars. Now I'm thinking it's any gearbox installed pre-patch is broken. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Any gearbox installed pre-patch is broken. That's the only thing coming to my mind right now. That is the only explanation I can think of. I cannot think of anything else. Why else would it be doing that? I can't. I don't know. Can't think of it. Oh, car. How about... Yes. How do you drive? I think you have custom gearbox. Really bad. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. That is the right, hold on. Look at this, bro. You're in second gear. Holy shit. What's fourth like? What's fifth like? Oh my god. Oh, fifth is not bad. My foot is off the clutch. I'm not touching the clutch at all. Oh my god. The thing have a sixth gear? Oh my god, imagine. Bro, imagine. Look at the fire from the anti-lag. Oh my god, what they done do to the Jaguar? Fuckers done stole my dampers, bro. What's reverse like? I'm so glad I asked that question. Look at him go. Oh my God. Wow. It's... oh, it fixed itself. It's feeling better. If I come off the throttle? That's really weird. I think that's the first time we've seen a gear fix itself. What happens if I do a sick J turn? Come to a complete stop and launch this bad boy in fifth. Oh my God. What is blood doing? Again, I'm not touching the clutch right now. Now I'm touching the clutch. Just to get it rolling. I'll just slip the shit out of it. Just from my experiment. Oh. Whoa. Too much. Okay. Fifth gear's not gonna fix itself. I can taste blood. I taste blood. Holy shit. It's gonna blow up. This is insane. This is insane. Not okay. You can't do anything to fix it. Flipping the clutch seems to work. Still about there. Okay. Now watch my plan unfold. None. Sorry, normal. Manual. 800. Final drive 2. I'm going to copy the exact gearbox settings. 4.84. I'm actually going to go look and see what that thing on my phone was. Hopefully it was something cool and not something bad. Let's see. Text message. Oh, not from anyone interesting. That's disappointing. Okay, anyways. Back to business. We're doing important shit right now. .05. If this works, I'm going to actually probably laugh my ass off and just straight up end this stream. 2.44. Holy cow. This is actually going to be insane. .12. 1.88. Okay. If this functions properly, all viewers, everyone who's ever played Gran Turismo 7 and installed a custom gearbox, uninstall that custom gearbox and then reinstall it. Because it's fucked. If this works, that is exactly the problem. Wait, what? It didn't work? It didn't work! Wait, it didn't work. Okay, hold on. So I was wrong. It didn't work. Okay, other theory is that my super fast and reverse gearbox just breaks everything. So now I have to... What if I just plug it in and I don't do anything to it? Yes. Maybe not. It's fine. Let's try it again. It's hard to tell with this piece of shit, if I'm being totally honest. Put it in fifth. I mean, there's a little bit, but like a reasonable amount. Okay, so is it this? Or is it the other thing? Is it this? Don't think it is this. It's not that. It's not that. It's not the top speed adjustment. I'm thinking it's the final drive. Either the final drive or the game is actively fucking with me. 250. Max final drive. What happens? Tell me what happens. This is not going to be... This is going to be terrible. Oh, I figured it out. The final drive. I figured it out, everybody. What's making your car drive like shit? A really low final drive. If you want that shit to drive good, you gotta put the shit all the way up to 5. So what happens if I match the speeds? Hear me out. What happens if I match the speeds of that other gearbox, but with the final drive of 5 instead of 2? So it's 100, 160, 200, 230, 270. Let's get there. Then we have to do all this again on a different car. I'm gonna figure this shit out if it fucking kills me. This is actually gonna be insane though. I'm gonna be remembered as a legend. Okay, well, it's not gonna be perfect, obviously, but we'll see. We'll get as close as we can. And this is like 270. Whatever, that's close enough. What do we think? Watch. Smooth as butter. No weird porpoising. That's the trick. He said, let's go test some other cars. Okay, so my super long, high reverse speed gearbox doesn't work anymore. Why does Gran Turismo have to take every ounce of fun I have away from me? Why they do that? That's so mean. Okay, we need another car with a long gearbox. I want to say this thing has one. I'm probably wrong. I don't know what would. Shit. What would? TVR. I know my TVR. Where's my TVR? My TVR should have. There's my TVR. Yes, sir. Let's see how she drives. If it drives bad, we know the problem. It's driving pretty bad. Gotcha. Gotcha. I caught you red-handed. I know exactly what the problem is now. I like how we went into this trying to test tire and suspension. We fucked around with gearboxes for like 40 minutes. And if I put this bitch all the way to 5, I don't care about the gear ratio. Well, that's probably not going to be a very good test. Well, now I don't remember what the fucking gear ratios were. There we go. Screenshot. Didn't sound like he was doing any sort of weird stuff on that flyby. Yeah, my was messed up, man. This is its own video. This is not going in the update video. This shit isn't even going to be a YouTube video. This shit is going exclusively on Facebook. That is so bizarre. That is so bizarre. I saw someone talking about this earlier. I thought it was a fluke. It happened to me. I was shocked. Everyone told me it was suspension. It wasn't. It was a gearbox problem. I feel like Isaac Newton right now. This is a crazy feeling. I've solved the problem. I know what the problem is. Right, back to tire testing. Tire and suspension testing. Let's go back to that. We've now solved the whole weird porpoising gearbox problem. We know what the problem is. Fixed it. Boom. Let's drive a drift car. I drove this thing before the patch. Make sure I was still good at, or still bad at drifting. This is like the only bit of testing I did before the patch. I was driving this thing. Let's go see if I'm any good at drifting. Okay, before I sucked, how do I do now? Looks like I still suck. Please don't have my microphone's on. Thank God. Let's go. Okay. Okay, I think I still suck. Keep trying though. Let's keep trying. One corner. One pretty difficult corner. I think I just suck. That trip was pretty clean. Hang on, you know what we need to do before we continue? To make sure the fucking gearbox works. Let's go all the way to 5.5. Let's do it. This is gonna be so. Thank you. I don't care. You're going to bed? Did you see Jana's text? Did you see Jana's text? She texted a while ago.
What did she say?
I didn't really read it. That's why I was asking. This fucking gearbox needs to start making that full rail. Can't focus on driving for that. That's just the most absurd thing. Slid off it. Why are we here? It's like Suzuka East or something. Alright, let's see what happens. Did this update... Hypothesis. This update did not make it easier for me to drift. Experiment. Judging by the data that we have now, which is one set of data, my hypothesis is incorrect. Let's keep gathering some data. Okay, that supports my hypothesis. Here's where the data gets good. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I might be speaking a little bit too soon. I haven't seen the replay. My hypothesis might have been incorrect. That was cooking. Oops, wrong button. These first few corners, if we're paying attention right about now. These are some terrible camera angles. Wow, I can see so much right now. Hey, yo, wait a minute. I think my hypothesis was incorrect. I think I'm a lot better at drifting now. I think this physics update makes it a lot easier to drift. Yep. Pretty sure that's what's going on there. Couldn't even get the damn car around the track before, and I was doing that shit. Okay. Did it save my drift point? Drift mode? What's it called? Drift trial. Did it save my points from that? Let's see how many points I get now. Oh, this is the Focus Group B rally car. Okay. Let's see if we can beat that in this rear-wheel drive thing. Even go on the grass, they'd spin. Okay, yeah, I think it's significantly easier to drift. Yeah. Let's see, do I have a drift car on here? Yep. 27,000. 10,000 more points. More than 10,000 more points. This was a goddamn Fiesta that a Focus that I tuned. It's all-wheel drive. It's easy. Easy to slider. Plenty of control. Plenty of practice in the Focus too. First outing in this. Perfect run, new record. I think it's significantly easier to drift in this patch, for those of you interested in that. I'm not particularly interested in that, but it's good to know. Tried my hand at it, I don't like it. I sucked at it. Still probably suck at it compared to everyone else. Everyone else is probably on the absolute fire, making Ryan Turek, Frederick Asbo, and what's the other guy's name? Chelsea Knofer, Von Gittin Jr., making all those guys blush. I'm out here doing okay for myself. Why do you keep giving me these shitty camera angles? It's so much better. Give me camera angles like that. Give me a drone camera. It's a goddamn drift car. Come on. grass and I still kept it on the track. It seems to me like the drifting is a lot slower too. I'm not going as fast. Oh, look at that, man. Damn. Okay, sick. Don't know how realistic that is, but whatever. It's pretty sweet. I want to drive the Toyota 2000 GT next. Well, first I want to fix the gearbox on the Toyota 2000 GT. Where is it? I'm not driving it recently. There it is. Check my liveries really quick. Oh man, it's about to go crazy up in here. It's about to go crazy, go stupid up in here. Got so many KRM7s now. It's like not even fun. It is not the KRM that's popping up, but this. The freaking featured page or whatever isn't even up yet for this update, I don't think. And it's already up to 100 likes. It's going fucking crazy. That's the second most natural likes I've gotten, the most being that Ken Block focus. Yeah, the recommended page is still the last update, and it's already up to fucking 105. Where's my focus at? Shared items. Focus. Oops. For focus. Where it at? It'd be... Shit, when did I do that? Fairly recently, I think. No? I'm pretty sure it was this year. It was pretty recent. Fuck, man, I did the Blip Shift GT. Oh, here it is. It was last year? July of last year. Really? This is the most natural likes I've gotten, damn near 500. If this makes it on the recommended page, Lord help us. This is gonna go berserk, dude. It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna be unhinged. It will probably be my most liked livery if that happens. Where is my Dodge? This is my current most liked livery, unless the Mazda beat it, which I don't think it did. This thing hasn't beaten it, but it's getting pretty close. It probably won't, because the featured page is better set. Speaking of which, I really need to paint more of the cars. Yeah, the Mazda's not even there yet. So I really think if it gets on the feature page, the Focus is going to wipe the floor with this thing. It's going to destroy it, dude. Getting 2,000 likes on one livery is going to be crazy. How many likes do I have overall? I think it's like 20,000 or something. I have so many fucking styles, man. Shared about 521,000. Jesus Christ. That's so many. That's so many styles. Just grab some random people who are following me. Who's got a lot of followers that's following me. There's probably someone who's got a lot of followers that I recognize. No, here's what we want to do. We want to go into gallery. We want to go to... I can't even Great job. Please check my gallery. 30 followers. Not interested. Hang on. I missed that. Okay, where's that? How did I miss that? Like 3 times I scrolled through this and didn't see that. 3 followers. 181. Okay, how many does this guy have? More than me, actually. 552. Styles. They look pretty cool from what I can see. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty sweet overall. I mean, they're not all necessarily my style, but they're all pretty damn well done. I'm pretty hard to impress. These look pretty good. These aren't bad. That one you kind of lose. But this one, but this one, that's not too bad. Could some of these be more exciting? Yeah. Could they be a hell of a lot worse? Yes, these are. It's got some talent, man. That's not bad. I'm gonna go through and like a bunch of his stuff. I'm even gonna repost that. I like that one. I like these two DC shoes. I like Conjure style. Server's pretty cool. The GTR. These two boards are cool. It's got some good stuff, man. An Alta Porsche. This looks pretty good. Yeah. Terrible, my friend. Are you kidding? What the fuck is Blood on about? Some of these are pretty cool. Some of these, tell you what, there's quite a lot of fluctuation in the quality. Some of them are pretty kick-ass, though. I'm not even gonna lie. Look at this one. That's cool. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I can see. I'm really picky. It's got some pretty good stuff in there. I have less than that. My shit's a little more diverse and pretty well researched, but that's no excuse. Let's go to Willow Springs. Let's try this car. This car should be one of those cars that fucking loves slip angle. That's how it's set up. That's how downforce is set up. Tire, suspension, all of it. It doesn't even have suspension. The diff, though. I've done the diff. So let's see what happens when I try and slide this thing. First impressions is it doesn't want. There we go. I was saying classic car racing without spoilers is going to be a lot better. It's going to be a lot more fun. I don't know if it's necessarily more realistic, all this stuff. But it could be good for fun factor. Oh, big snap. Finally, I went on the dirt, hit the curb and shit. getting wrong? There's a lot more grip there than I was expecting. We were trying to overdrive it and slide the car. I've got a lot. Okay. Well, I guess I was wrong. I was not correct. I was wrong. It's not how this game wants to work. Okay. So now that we've figured out what's wrong with the BMW, why don't we drive it properly and see if I still like it? Let's fix this damn final drive. Oh. Let's fix this damn piece of garbage gearbox. Lots of work needs to go into that. It's Willow Springs. We can probably do like increments of 40Ks. Probably 30Ks would work, honestly. I have more responsibilities than stupid fucking Gran Turismo nonsense. I got work to do, man. Even outside of Gran Turismo, I have work to do. Okay, I'm interested to see how I feel about this. How does it want to treat me? Understeer isn't hard. Very understeer. This is better than the oversteer I've been facing. I'd rather have this than the oversteer that's happening in this car. No, that was me being on the dirt. Whatever. Okay, so that is deathly understeer. Wasn't really paying attention. My trail braking. Trail braking probably sucked ass for me, to tell you honest. Let's watch it in here. I think I was really shit with the trail braking. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't great. I've seen worse. I've seen better. I was gonna test the car that I like. I fucking love, not the Super, get this shit out of here. I fucking love the 430 Scuderia. It is probably my favorite car. Scuderia, however the fuck you say it. This car is goated as shit. Let's drive this thing. Oh, I read that super wrong. Again, I love this car. I don't think the setup it's on right now is like my favorite setup I had for the car, but I do remember it being pretty solid feeling. definitely enjoyable. I definitely enjoyed driving the car. I did have to put the braking sensitivity up to the old limit was 60, it's now 100. And the old limit, I'll show you this, well, the old limit for initial torque was also 60, now it's down to 30. So all these values I think were 60. Now it's 30, 100, 100. Very weird change. Same thing with damping ratio. The max was 45, I think, for this. No, it was 50. Now it's 60. That seems to stay the same. This all seems to stay the same. Camber stays the same. All that stuff's the same. Brakes the same. I think a lot of aero got switched around. So I have more rear aero. Don't know how to do front aero. This thing is probably limited with front. What was I going to do? I was going to... I guess I was going to look at a rally car. I took a peek. Took a peek at the... Okay, well, I can't. Let's make a different car. So old Group B cars used to go up to like compression 80, expansion 90. Like a shitload of damping. If we go over here... Oh. Expansion down to 80. Compression down to 40. This makes rallying suck balls. I just want to tell you right now. I tried a little bit of rallying. It was the first thing I tried because I was hoping it made it better. Dirt tires have more grip. I'll say that right now. The dirt tires feel much better. The dirt tires did not have enough grip before. Now they have enough grip, but the suspension sucks balls. Okay, it is not good. Rallying is fucked right now. We're going to do the circuit experience here in a minute. As soon as I drive this far, we're going to hop over to the new circuit experience on the Catalunya Rallycross track. And I'm going to demonstrate that it sucks fucking balls right now, dude. Let's drive this thing first. I love this car. Let's see if it drives good. Immediate impressions. Oh yeah, it drives really good. I may have hit the curb. It may not like that very much. Let's try and do it. Starts to feel like it's starting to understeer at all speeds. Where's the understeer? See the wheel light? Fucking rips, dude. Understeer at the exact same spot. Understeer at the exact same spot. Very good. These are all similar speed corners. This is much slower. Where's the understeer here? About the same spot. Maybe a little bit more. About the same spot. Spot. Really weird. If I slow it down a lot. Right here. Obviously no understeer now. So when does it start? Oh my god. That was some pretty bad driving. That's really weird. It feels like it's at the same spot. It just like gets softer in the wheel. Like it's about that much wheel rotation. That's when the car starts to understeer everywhere. But depending on the speed, like the vibration that you feel from the understeer is different. That's like the same spot in the wheel no matter how fast you're going. As you're going like really low speed, right? Like this is obviously turning more than this, but whenever you're ever racing around at 8 miles an hour, you know, 20. I don't know. That's kind of a weird thing. I'm really just stumped with what the fuck they did to the gearbox, man. That's a crazy problem and a crazy fix for the problem. Oh, what was I going to do? I was going to do dirt. Yes, I was going to demonstrate what I found on the dirt. Brace your asses, ladies and gentlemen. It is about to get bad. Now, I don't like to toot my own horn, but I'm going to be totally honest. For an American especially, I'm actually pretty damn good at this off-road stuff, at this rally stuff. What I found so far is dirt tires have more grip overall. They needed that. They definitely did. Way too little grip. Very unrealistic initially. They're much closer to what I would expect from competition dirt tire or rally tire, right? Softer suspension seems to make a bigger difference, probably because there's more grip in the tires, so there's more weight transfer going on. So body roll is way more noticeable. Turning, braking, accelerating, all that. Much more movement in the body. That's good. That makes sense. More grip in the tire. More force going through the car. Makes sense for it to move more. So I'm thinking, okay, this makes a little bit more sense. But it's not perfect. Let me show you. Keep in mind, I'm pretty damn good at this. I'm like top 20 in most of the stages and third at this point. We're driving. We're overcooking it a little bit. Gran Turismo. The dirt tire still doesn't feel perfect. It's much better to what it much closer to what it should be. As the car rolls around, you use the power, then you should slide with on the brake. So a lot of understeer happening makes sense. It's all making enough sense right now, right? First jump, lands pretty good. Second jump, whoa. Big twist, hard landing, and I've spun. Take a look at the replay. So here's what I noticed. I think I've tried to get around this a few times. Haven't landed that jump yet. So there's something going on with the jumping. It twists a lot in the air. Could be realistic. I think it's partially realistic. Some of it makes sense. Other parts do not make sense. The twisting in the air makes sense. I think that makes sense. For the angle that I'm going at, the way that the suspension unloads and compresses going through here, how I would expect is like, so the front right is obviously cresting first. So that's way off the front right. It encourages like the rear left or something to unload, right? It starts to expand because there's less weight on it. So I would expect the ass end to kick up a little bit more than it is. But I would also think that if I'm going over the jump like this, which is definitely plausible too, I've seen cars do this. This flat floor is kind of like parachuting the car up, twisting in the air because of the flat floor. I think that makes sense too. What doesn't really make sense is the landing rebound. That just seems like a lot of rebound for how high the car is off the ground and how soft it is and how I've set the car up. This much rebound just seems kind of ridiculous, and that's always been a problem in this game. The level of rebound is just too much. It's too bumpy, I think. I think the rally cars need to absorb more bumps. And the way that I've found they can absorb bumps is with the dampers. The higher the damper value, the more they seem to absorb the bumps. The trade-off is they, how can I explain this? Wheel hop, right? So the higher the damper, the more wheel hop there is. So if you launch a car with really high damper ratings, the drive wheels will jump up and down. They will physically jump up and down. They will compress and decompress. The wheels come off the ground, okay? That's the trade-off, but way more absorption. So going over curbs, going over jumps, keeps the car super level. This used to go all the way up to like 80 or something. Now it only goes up to 40. I think that's contributing. The damper values are too low right now. I think that's kind of making dirt cars drive like garbage. So I'm going to try it again. And when the ground is relatively flat, it feels pretty good. Doesn't feel perfect, doesn't feel super realistic, but it feels much closer to what it should be. Bumps like that, they seem pretty harsh, but not unrealistically harsh. Feel pretty good. Small jumps don't feel too bad, a little bit too much rebound, but not horrible. Let's just try and slow it down a little bit for this jump. That one feels okay, maybe a little bit too much rebound. Whoa! Still twisting a lot. Even when I try and adjust the weight to go over the jump, slow it down, get the right line, still twisting a ton. Let's go find some more jumps. Test it there. Crazy rebound there. That's just too much. Like, rally cars absorb jumps way better than they do in real life. They do much better than they do in this game. I'll do that and then we'll have because the tire has a lot more grip, everything's a lot faster. I don't think I've really adjusted to that. Still expect it to be kind of slow, Gran Turismo, a lot of stuff I can hear. That was a reasonable amount of twisting in the air. I'd even be okay with more twisting in the air. That would make more sense. Even twist a little bit more. The rebound is just even worse than it was before. It was already a problem. Look at that rebound, man. Look at that bounciness. Like I'm on tarmac setup or something. So bouncy. It really shouldn't be. They did fix the tires and I'm happy with the tires. The tires feel so much better in the dirt. I haven't tried snow. We'll try snow here. So here's a big jump. Let's see what happens here. I know how to do this jump. But like this. Very bumpy. It's not really a huge jump. That was kind of garbage. Anyways, it's not really a huge jump or anything. It doesn't get enough airtime, doesn't really upset the car. It's just kind of hard to thread the needle and get the right line. It doesn't really twist in the air or anything. But it's just too damn bumpy. So in that regard, it was better. I still think lap times on dirt are going to be quicker, just because of how much more grip we have. The grip feels really good. This is 800 horsepower, by the way. Look at that rebound. That's, what can you do there? You have to slow down for the jump if you want to make that. I did nothing wrong there. Whereas before, I think I even have a replay of a pre-patch rally race in this car with my old setup. Let's go watch it really quick. Go and see how my car handles that jump, or all the jumps for that matter. Tarmac, I don't know. Tarmac seems okay in some regards and not okay in others. Perfect, I really can't find a conclusive argument for tarmac other than like launching. The car has more grip. Like it seems like there's more grip in the tire, but there's less understeer. That's kind of my main thing. Kind of all I have to say. Let's pay close attention. This jump. See how much it rebounds. Let's get a better camera angle actually. It's a very small jump. Let's see how much it rebounds. Nothing. Absorbs it like a champ. This thing much bigger. Nowhere near as much twisting. Thing's flying flat. Absorbs it like a champ. That eats it. Let's get to that really big one. Inputs too. This guy eats it like a champ. No drama. This car's got less horsepower by the way. Look how much wheel spin there is. This car I think has 500 horsepower. This look, it only had 800 horsepower. It seemed like it had more grip. Okay, this guy. This is where we really see it. Really flat, absorbs it like a champ. No drama at all. And now it just bounces uncontrollably. So that's a big difference I noticed. The dampers and rallying right now, just throw it in the bin. Like, don't even bother. It's terrible. It's really bad. Let's try snow. I haven't tried snow yet. They were just so close. If they left the dampers how they were, I'm sure dirt would feel great. Because there's so much more grip in the tire. They just had to go and fuck up the damper. It's kind of frustrating. I want this game to succeed in rallying so badly, and it just keeps fucking it up. Lake Louise. Let's see how this thing drives on the snow. I expect more grip, just like last time. I mean, it's snow and I have 800 horsepower. I haven't driven the Caterham upgraded yet. Caterham in my garage is still stock. I haven't done any testing with the new cars in terms of, well, I've driven the stock Caterham. Sorry. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. I'm going to pause and answer your question. I've driven the stock Caterham about 120 miles. I haven't upgraded it at all. I did drive the other track toys, and I think the other track toys drive way better than they did pre-patch. Honestly, I think in terms of like how the car feels to drive, the Caterham feels the worst. It's the most fun, don't get me wrong, but it's the hardest to drive. It's the slipperiest, which makes sense. The 1950s Lotus, you know, the other cars have downforce, they have diffusers, they have wings, so it makes sense. But that's just my opinion on it. I haven't driven it upgraded. I've driven it on sports cars, sports mediums, and I haven't done anything else to the car. That is it. Haven't even driven the swap ring or anything yet. I will soon. I'll do a whole video like I usually do. says humanity. I honestly have no idea. It looks like in general PP has gone down a lot. The snow grip doesn't seem to be as good as the dirt grip. Seems to be a lot more understeer on these surfaces overall. Oh, it's so hard to drive now. Shit, is there less grip? In snow? This is absurd. Oh, just look at it hop around, man. Wait, did I check the gearbox on this? Fucking do you imagine? Gearbox is fucked on this. Okay, this will help. What we're about to do is going to help. So, try it on the dirt again after this. I have driven one GT3 car. It's a car that I don't drive very much. It's a car that I didn't like. I only drove it because I knew I didn't like it, and I wanted to see if I liked it like the other track toys. So I didn't like the black. The Radical I thought was understeery. The KTM I thought was okay. I drove all those cars. Now I think they're great. So I'm wondering if other cars that I didn't like drove good. So I drove the M3 GT. I think it drives better, but I didn't like the car in the first place. So honestly, it probably drives worse. I have so much oversteer problems with front engine BMWs. It's not even funny. I don't know what it is. That seems to be no longer a thing. It seems to be terminally understeery. I'm not a big sport mode guy because my sport mode doesn't work. But I didn't have any oversteer problems, which was a big problem for me with that car. And now it's understeery. So it's probably super understeery for people who actually did like the car. That's the only GT3 car I've driven so far. That's the only race car I've driven so far. Let's try this thing one more time. I don't have a lot of time in the Audi. I think a good GT3 car for me to drive is like the 650 or the F-Type or the 296. Those are probably the ones I'll try first, man. It's really understeer. That seems to be a theme. I think there's a lot of understeer in this new physics model. I don't know how realistic the understeer is. Seems a little bit too much. Yeah, I'm not liking the snow. The snow feels worse. I like a lot. It feels like fucking garbage. I think I'm done with the snow. This feels terrible. Is it realistic? If I were on all seasons, maybe that snow would be realistic. But if I'm wearing studded racing snow tires, it doesn't feel that realistic in that regard. Let's go back to the dirt. See if this gearbox has helped our problem with the jump at all. Because it could. Seriously could have. Could have been what was upsetting the car with the jump. For those of you who didn't see that part, there seems to be a problem with the gearbox where the higher the final drive, the more the car porpoises. Let me just demonstrate. Because it was awesome. Okay. I had a couple theories, but I'm just going to show you the conclusion to my theories, okay? Hop in this XJ220. Well, let's hop in this because it's got way more power. Hop in this TVR. Take it here. Alright, peek the gearbox. We got maximum final drive. Okay? Let's get on the flat part of the track. That was crazy. Anyways, going up the gears. Drives totally fine. Little normal car. Feels great. Awesome. Let's go to the other extreme. This will take a second. I'm gonna prove that it's not anything else. It's just this. So I'm gonna redo all the gears by hand. Not very well. I'll just put them in a rough place. That part doesn't really matter. I've already proven it doesn't really matter. Just want to demonstrate this to anyone who missed it the first time. So we've made a pretty important discovery with how the gearbox works in the new patch. Okay, so roughly the same gear age. That part doesn't really matter. Final drive, much higher. See what happens when I go over here. Take a close listen to the reps when we go over some gears. Yeah, that wasn't a problem before, was it? If I come off the throttle, it's even worse. Not touching the clutch or anything. Feet are completely off the pedals. It just does this. Clutch in. Clutch out. It's not a suspension problem. It's not an aero problem. It's a gearbox problem. It's fucking weird. So, my tip for everyone ever who has a custom gearbox. Right now, put this bitch as high as it can go, or else your car's going to porpoise and it's going to be shit to drive. My little PSA. What was I going to do? I was going to go back to the dirt now that I fixed that problem with the Focus. Super weird. Super weird. No fucking clue what happened. Just got to set your final drive to the highest setting now, or else the car will act completely broken. And that is the only thing. Doesn't matter what kind of gearbox it is. Doesn't matter how you shift. Doesn't matter your suspension settings, how much power you put through. None of that. It is all final drive. Spent like 40 minutes on that. Figuring out what the hell is going on. Okay. Now with the new gearbox, let's see how the Focus drives. Any other thing should drive better? That's pretty sharp gears. That's whatever. Through this whole section, even going over these mountains, it doesn't feel bad. It feels okay. It's pretty reasonable. Not realistic, perfect, reasonable. Step in the right direction as compared to the previous physics for rallying. I should specify only for rallying. Try to feel about the tarmac changes. Felt pretty level there. Still twisting, still a big jump. Still really bumpy on here. And the landing, super harsh. So, let's try a rear-wheel drive car. Just hop in this bitch. Okay. Can I send anything? I'll try a rear-wheel drive car later. Let's try some GT3 cars. I should try to. Ooh, but I kind of want to. Kind of want to drive a rear-wheel drive car, guys. I think I'm gonna try a rear-wheel drive car real quick. Let's try the Caterham. Caterham. However you say it. Caterham. No, let's not try the Caterham. Let's try something a little bit more appropriate. Let's try a front-wheel drive car. Sure. No, let's try a rear-wheel drive car. I'm sure a rear-wheel drive car is going to be a better test. This one. This is a good rally car. Don't believe me? Well, after this patch, I wouldn't blame you if you don't believe me. Because no car is a good rally car anymore, but pre-patch, this thing was pretty damn good. that I used to have on this thing, so I'm just recreating it. The dirt setup for this thing. Except for the diff. The diff thing doesn't really work anymore. Diff's gonna look a bit different. Everything else, I think, is okay. Let's try it real quick. Just super quick. I want to see how it feels. I think it's gonna feel a lot better. Oh, it feels so much better. I stand corrected. It does not feel that much better. Again, lateral acceleration feels pretty damn good. Actually driving the car? Come the fuck on. Okay, it doesn't want to turn on. Doesn't want to turn on. The car won't turn on. There we go. It's on. I've turned the fucking car on. Let's go. This is an understeer mess. Okay. Nope. Dirt fucking sucks. Dirt right now is fucked. You get all the positives I gave to dirt, it's just fucked. There are way too many things going wrong now than there are to make up for the tire. The tire's good. Everything else is fucking destroyed, dude. Let's go to Road Atlanta. Let's drive my trusty steed. Where's my F-Type? I'm driving the F-Type a lot. Where's the F-Type? Did I pass it? Driving this car a lot. Pretty familiar with it. I like it. See if my setup's still here. Nope. Cool. I will redo it. It is a very oversteery setup. Extremely oversteery. Oh, come on. If you're noticing a pattern of how I tune the cars, it's gonna change. It's gotta change. There's so much understeer. There's gotta be a way to fight the understeer. It's probably all gonna be in the toe and the camber, like it always has been. But there's gotta be a way to fight it, man. It's gotta be there. It's gonna have to change. Gearbox, I don't really want to do. Honestly, I don't know why there's no parts for this thing. What's up with that? I know I've tuned this car before. Fucking problem. Just gearbox, who cares? Alright, let's see. Quite different. Feels a lot rougher over the bumps. I'm gonna change camera. to that. I wouldn't say it's more understeery, but it's a lot more stable. Think it's necessarily more understeer, maybe a little bit, but nowhere near as much as the BMW. I still have some GT3 laps on here. That's the one I just did. Look like I do. Okay, let's try 650. Oh, this is so crazy to see, man. Got 3 of these fucking things. I haven't driven either of these, by the way. I've done all my painting on this one. I upgraded it and I never drove it. I will drive it later for the video. I want to try the 650. It has this livery on it. Let's ignore that. Let's do BOP whole tire. Let's see how it drives. It is under 680 pp. I want to say that is super low. I feel like it should be a lot higher than that. I feel like other BOP Group 3 cars are like in the low 700s, high 600s. This above 680 seems pretty low. Okay, straight away, this thing doesn't fucking turn. First feedback feels kind of numb. When I'm on the smaller wheel, it should feel stronger. If it were just straight out of the box, no BOP or anything, I think it makes sense, but with the speeds we're going, it doesn't turn. It's very understeered. Not having very many oversteerings. This car is not a car that I have oversteering problems with at all. In fact, that's pretty damn good with this car. It's got the livery on it. Very low rotation, even under trail braking. Tried to get oversteer out of it there, and it barely went round. Okay, let's pull up. Try to watch this again, because this is pretty bad. That just doesn't even look right, man. Just look at how much angle's on the front wheel, and look at how much the car is turning. That just doesn't seem right. Like a GT3 car is going to turn in with that vector and with that much steering, and it's just pushing. It's pushing right now. That is understeering at that speed. Okay. So the mid-engine cars, well, I guess I can't say yet. Let's try the Audi. The Audi is what you recommend. Also, please let me know if you can't hear me. Please let me know if the microphone is too quiet. That'd be like so helpful. Put this bad boy on hards. Got the M-Dig delivery on it. I know I'm talking quietly, but if you like literally can't hear me, let me know. Like if you can't hear me over the car. I'm talking quietly. I have to right now. But if you can't hear me while I'm driving, let me know. Oh boy. Interior police car. Oversteer, it's too much. And if you don't, it's just constant understeer. Let's try a BOP front engine car. Let's see here. Don't know how much experience I have with that. I think the Lexus would be a good try. Maybe the Corvette. I have a little bit of experience with the Corvette. Don't really like it though. I want to pick one I know I like. The GTR. I have experience with. Enough experience to where even though I know I don't like it, I feel confident in critiquing it. So, hard tire. Front engine car. Let's see what we do. Oh boy. Oh, that's worse. Feels worse. This thing was always kind of an understeery pig. Oh man, that's pretty bad. That's getting to the point where it's kind of annoying to drive. Get the tires a little bit dirty. Do something. Drive the cars, give me a couple laps. And then it's on. Well, I dropped it. Okay, I think I have a little bit of an opinion formed. I think people are overreacting. I don't think it's as bad as people are describing verbally. Is it more understeery than it was before? Overall, yes, but it's not terminal understeer or anything. It's easy to adapt to. Second point. Shit. It's easy to adapt to. Every car feels more stable, more consistent. There's no snapping unless you're going over a bump or on the grass, which makes sense. Front engine cars feel better than mid engine cars. When you're in the zone and you're not looking for what feels different, it doesn't feel that bad. When you're actively searching to see what feels better and what feels worse, you kind of spot things and you blow them out of proportion. I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be, but it is definitely there. And I don't think it's a step in the right direction. I don't drive with any assists. I drive with weak ABS, and that's it. There's nothing else helping me get the car around the track. GT3 cars do have plenty of grip. They have more grip after this update at the back. Every car does. Every car has more grip at the back. I would say it's a little bit too much. GT3 cars have a lot of grip, but they also have like traction control and shit. So driving a GT3 car without traction control should be super difficult. Even if you're on the stickiest tire, have a bunch of downforce stuff, it should be hard. Right now, it's not hard. It's easier than it was before. I think before, it was a little bit too easy. It felt like, before it felt closer to how a GT3 car drives with the correct electronic aids on, with a certain amount of traction control and TC2 and ABS and all that stuff. That's how it felt before. Now it just drops to. It feels like a GT4 car, even lower than that. It's too much grip. I'd like a little bit less at the back. I think the new slip angle isn't as good as the old one. When I mean the old one, I don't mean the most recent patch. I mean, like, I think it was the one that came out with Iker. I think that had a pretty good slip angle. And that got patched, and it didn't feel as good. And this is like trying to come back, but they overdid it. Let's see if we can get gold on this bitch. Super open up these things. Yeah, the dirt tires feel much better. That's about it on the dirt. So you got this jump. You know, for a completely stock car, not too bad. I'd expect a little bit less rebound. Still a lot of understeer going on. Don't feel like it'd be that much understeer. I think that's my main complaint. Everything just feels a little bit too understeer. The back has grip. I don't even think it's the front use grip. I think it's the back gaining grip. Back's too sticky, I think. It made the nose like I missed the gear. Wow, what the fuck is going on? It made the nose like I missed the gear a little bit. It was pretty cool. Come on, man. Stop talking, just do the damn lap. Uncalled for. I want to see the replay on that shit. That seemed ridiculous. Understeers all the time. Get his bounce. We don't get a seat, of course. Oh, scoops the tail. Seems kind of uncalled for, but whatever. Comes to rally cross tracks. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. Jesus Christ. Back in actually on the tarmac. That makes so much sense. You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. Come the fuck on, man. Even the dirt fields. It's so ridiculous. I witnessed the tire having so much grip. Fucking looking on a strip like this. Just not I don't know if it's the car. I know I've had trouble with those wanting to straighten out in the past. Holy cow, man. Come on. This is not hard. Diff monitor working on the side, it makes it sound to the back and better to try flying. Feel that inside wheel spinning. Inside the wheel. Needs more power at the back. Can't do it though. We can go so much faster. We can go so much faster. What's the flipping? 47. We're not getting 47. You know a trick though. This trick is probably severely elevated. Oh yeah. Here we go. Trick is probably way stronger now. Watch this shit. Let's wait for the car to turn on. What is that transition to tarmac? You feel like shit, dude. For some reason it wants to turn off. It's gonna go crazy. Starting on the tarmac. much better. Trail braking through there, car stepping out, rear braking is much more realistic. That's the thinking right there. Okay, now I know. For some reason I was trying to use the hand brake even though you don't need it. Now I can actually drive the rally car like I do in dirt. Wrist. Some my wrist. Just keep trying to fucking turn off all that. Feeling really hard. Just gotta lock up the front diff a bit more. I don't feel pretty damn good. Until I do that, I tell you everything, just tells you top 10. That's lame. Oh, whatever. It's that shit. Admittedly not first try. I did do some experimenting. I don't want to say I feel content with the testing I did, but I think I learned a few things. Most importantly, the gearbox. That gearbox knowledge is super important, I think. I'm going to be sharing that. The viewers campaign is... well, I'll probably get copyrighted for this because fucking YouTube hates me and they'll knock me for anything, but we'll see here. Please tell me that. That would be so funny if it counted. Yeah, but you can't copyright me for that shit. But you can't give me copyright with this shit, Don't even have to watch it. Cool. That's a W. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not as bad as everyone is making it out to be, but it's still bad. I still prefer the old physics. And I don't think that's me being like, oh, I'm used to the old physics. I prefer the old physics because I'm used to them. I could give a fuck less. I think the old physics are a little bit more accurate. I think what they tried to do is correct. Like the things that they changed needed changing. But they did it wrong. That's just my opinion on the matter. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now, though. Thanks for helping me test these cars. I might do another one of these. We don't know. See you later, man.